Right. Episode 2. We're going, man.
We're rolling now.
Episode 2.
And
Let's
it only
go.
took you one try to get this intro right.
Fuck me. All right, man. You started off. Let's go.
All right, so let's talk about the big news of the weekend. You know, the biggest news of probably the year, you know.
I might
Karlsson
disagree.
returning to Ottawa. You know, it's definitely a great game to watch if you're a Sens fan. He returned 9 shots, had a -2 rating.
Shit.
Kind of off to a slow start this year.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly thought he was going to go off this year because he's Karlsson, and he went off with Ottawa, so, like, why wouldn't he go off with San Jose? But fuck, dude, like, I don't know. Like, he'll pick it up, I'm sure, after the All-Star break, maybe even before, because I'm sure you know how he is. He starts off a little slow, and then,
being a Sens fan, I know exactly how he is.
It could be frustrating, no?
He starts slow every year. That's the 9 years I watched him in Ottawa. He started slow every single year. So it's nothing new to him. He knows what he knows what he has to do. It takes him a little longer to get it started. I'm sure there'll be a time where he just, starts putting up the points left, right, and center. And with a team like San Jose, he will eventually. That's a talented team, so it's definitely bound to happen.
I think they're still trying to figure out what kind of roles they're going to be playing because they have 2 Norris winners in Burns and Karlsson, which is stupid. I think they'll figure it out. Like, they should figure it out soon. They're 2 elite defensemen. Would you play them both on the same power play, or would you spread it out? Me, personally, I would fucking put them on the same power play.
Well, right now they are on the same power play.
Because they are struggling.
They're struggling a bit. They connected a couple times last night in Montreal, I believe. I think that they should keep them together. I mean, with a shot like Burns and with the playmaking ability of Karlsson, again, they're bound to break out. It's just a matter of time at this point.
Well, Burns has been playing well.
Yeah, Burns has been
solid
doing really well
for pretty much the whole year. San Jose, they're kind of slumping right now. But like I said, like once Karlsson picks it up, he's gonna make everyone on that team better.
Yeah, I mean,
they already are.
He did it in Ottawa for 9 years,
exactly.
So it's only a matter of time. Yeah. It's only a matter of time.
All right.
So
enough of that shit.
All right, thanks for that. The other big news of the weekend: Nylander finally signing his extension in Toronto.
Yeah, about time for that idiot.
6 years, $41 million, right? Something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
A lot of money. Might be off a couple $100,000.
Yeah,
but,
a lot of money. What do you think? Do you think the Leafs kind of cracked and just signed him to what he close to what he wanted, or
I don't know.
Do you think they are happy with that deal?
Well, if I'm talking honestly here, I think Nylander kind of cracked a little bit because originally he wanted 8.5 a year, which you knew he wasn't going to get.
No.
Originally he wanted that, and I think it got to a point where he missed playing in the NHL. You get to a point where it got to December 1st. This is way back from
October.
July 1st.
July, yeah, you're right.
That's when they could have signed him. Actually, they could have signed him the year before the season started.
Yeah, they took way too long to get this deal done.
So I just think that he kind of cracked a little bit. Even Dubas said Nylander called Dubas a half hour before
the deadline. Yeah,
the deadline happened. So I think it kind of got to a point where Nylander just said, you know what, let's get this deal done. I'll play. I mean, again, $6.9 million a year, is it? I mean, he's still making $6.9 million, so that's not pocket change. He's making a lot of money.
A lot of money, but I just don't understand how you hold out for that long. You settle for what is it, like a mil less? Like, in my opinion, I think he's still a little bit overpaid. Like, I don't think he should be making more than Pasternak.
No, he shouldn't,
because Pasternak's miles better, and he's a proven playoff player. Nylander kind of the past 2 playoffs shies away, I guess we could say.
I agree. I don't think he should be making more than Pasternak. I think Pasternak is more valuable to the Bruins than Nylander is to Toronto.
Oh, of course. Look at how good Toronto was doing without Nylander for 2 months.
Exactly. They don't. Obviously, it's nice to have someone like Nylander on the team, but even if he didn't sign, it's not going to hurt.
Because you slide in Kapanen on that top line, and he's been playing well with Austin. I don't think the Leafs, they obviously didn't get worse, but do they really need Nylander? I don't think so. Like we said, they're doing amazing without him.
How do you think it affects him in the future? I mean, you have both Marner and Matthews coming up who are going to be restricted free agents. Let's be honest. Matthews is going to start his contract negotiations. Dubas is going to say, here's a blank check, fill it out, whatever you want, you're going to get.
Imagine that, eh?
And Marner, I think, could make within the $8 to $9 million for sure. I mean, he's proven
he's making a case for that for sure.
I mean, he's been the leading scorer in Toronto for the past 2 seasons. So, yeah. I mean,
I think he'll get no lower than 8. I don't think he'll get any lower than 8. But then what do you do when, Kadri's up, Riley's up soon in a couple years too? I think they're going to be the new Chicago.
Well, let's talk about even Anderson. Anderson's going to
He's up too, right?
He's up in 2021. Right now he's making $5 million a year.
Yeah, Anderson. I'd say I guess when you compare goalies, he's better than Rask. And I say he's at par with Bobrovsky. Yeah. And what is Bobrovsky making?
Bobrovsky's making, let me check that out. I believe it's 7-8.
That's fair for Anderson. Since coming to Toronto, he's a shaky goalie at the start of the season, but he's proven himself in Toronto.
Oh, okay, so Bobrovsky is making 7-4.
That's For me, if I'm signing Anderson to whatever 5 years, $7 million a year, 7.5 a year, I'd be happy with that.
Yeah, I think
you have your goalie still. He's your guy.
You have to worry about him though, because if he comes in and says, "I want more," I mean, he plays 60, 70 games a year, easy.
Yeah, a shit ton of games.
So I mean, if he says, "Listen, I'm the workhorse," and let's be honest, that defense isn't really helping him too much. He's facing still quite a lot of shots a game, and he's holding the fort down for them. So.
Oh yeah. He's a stud. He's a great goalie.
Now, like you said, they're going to be like the Chicago Blackhawks, the modern day Chicago Blackhawks. They lost a lot of players. They lost guys like Bufflin. They lost Ladd.
They even lost Panarin.
Yeah, they lost Panarin.
Was it 2 years ago now?
They lost Sharp at one point until he went back.
Yeah. If you win your cups, then I guess it's worth it, right?
Talk about a sensitive topic about the Leafs. What happens in the playoffs? Obviously they have the offensive scoring power to do whatever they can. In order to win games.
For sure.
But how is that defense going to hold up? Because it's not that great. Let's be honest.
In the East, if you're going from, let's say, 1 to 8, I'd probably put the Leafs 3 or 4. Because, in my opinion, Tampa's the best team in the East.
Okay.
Nobody can argue with me about that. Tampa's the best team in the East. They have a solid goalie.
Great defense.
Amazing defense. And offense.
Yeah.
And then I'd put Pittsburgh, if they ever wake up, I think would beat Toronto in a series. And Boston.
A little biased, but
A little biased, yeah. I'm a Pens fan, but what are you going to do? And I think Boston is a better playoff team than Toronto. Now, mind you, they did add Tavares, who's amazing, but
that's another player who doesn't have a lot of playoff experience.
Exactly.
It's going to be fun to watch, for sure. I mean, especially with the city going absolutely nuts after it to happen. So, I mean, it's going to be fun to watch for sure.
Look, it'll be sweet if Toronto makes it to the finals and wins. Me being born here, for my whole life, the Leafs have been shit. They've been laughable. But it'd be amazing for them to win at least one cup. Nobody would sleep for like a week. We'll see how the season goes because, mind you, injuries play a big part.
Yeah, for sure.
If they all stay healthy, like if Matthews doesn't have glass shoulders ever again, that would be awesome. But right now he has glass shoulders, so we'll see what happens throughout the year.
Yeah. All right, so let's move on to the Tom Wilson hit. I know you got a lot of...
Fuck that guy.
I know you got a lot of opinions on Tom Wilson right now.
Me being a Pens fan and having to play these idiots every fucking year in the second round of the playoffs, he's a dirtbag, man. Like, whatever. He might have not meant to do it, but you still did it.
Yeah. It was still a late hit. I mean, it wasn't an illegal check to the head, but it was still a late hit that,
Like, buddy, just step to the side an inch, and you wouldn't have hit him.
And he's a good player. I mean, he doesn't have to do this sort of thing.
He's like a Marchand.
Yeah.
Know your role.
And it's getting to a point now where Marchand is starting to know his role.
And he's becoming I guess you could say, a better player.
Yeah.
Because he's not suspended every other game.
And I feel like if Wilson can clean up his more physical aspect of the game, he has a chance to be a really good player, especially playing either with Kuznetsov or Backstrom.
Exactly. Look, I'm not saying he's a shit player, but dude,
but his you
have potential to be a 60, 70 point guy, and you're playing with Ovi for the most part. Like, dude, clean up your act. Like, stop being an idiot. Don't hit guys when they don't see you coming.
Yeah.
And he's done this twice already this year? Or no, sorry. He did it like 3 times last year. Well, and this year he just got suspended
He did in the preseason. It was first he was suspended 20 games, but then it was reduced to 14.
Which I don't agree with, but whatever.
All right, next, Shea Weber. Like we said last week, he was supposed to return last week, and he ended up...
Did. We know this shit, guys. We know this shit.
We know what we're talking about.
We're on top of it all.
They don't give podcasts to everybody. We know what we're talking about.
Yeah, dude, Weber. We knew he was gonna play well, but in my opinion, I think Montreal's falling off a bit here. They're what, 11-9 now, or 11-8. But
it's hard to go off a little slow. But their goaltending hasn't been great. Like we said last week, Carey Price. It hasn't been the Carey Price.
Hey, Price, if you're listening to this, wake the fuck up. You're Price. You're the best goalie on the planet. Figure it out. Weber.
I mean, he's got 3 points in the 3 games he's played.
Yeah, 3 games plus 2, 11 shots. Not bad.
So I mean, he's
for a guy who's been out for what, a year.
Yeah, he gives Montreal that sort of defensive help that they needed.
Yeah.
Before he was back, they were leaning on guys like Mete, who they just recently sent down to Laval.
Did they?
Yeah.
I did not even know that.
They sent him down to Laval, I guess, to get more of his confidence back.
But Weber, solid defenseman, amazing. Toronto could use a guy like Weber, especially on the power play. But anyways.
So let's move on. Injury updates. We got Ilya Kovalchuk, injured ankle, out 4 weeks. Well, minimum 4 weeks.
That's a big loss for the Kings. They're shit anyways. What are they, in the basement?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not like he was doing much anyway when he was healthy. I mean, he was playing fourth line. Last time I checked, he was playing fourth line in LA. And LA hasn't been good, so him on the fourth line it's really telling you something. He's not the Kovalchuk before.
That's what happens when you leave the NHL in your prime and go to the K for no reason. I guess for the money, but whatever. You know those Russians. They're crazy, those Russians. But great hockey players. And
big news in Nashville. Forsberg out 4 to 6
weeks.
Huge
loss. 4 to 6 weeks. My buddy tried to trade me in fantasy. He tried to give me Forsberg, and I saw IR. I was like, what happened to this guy? 4 to 6 weeks this guy's out. I don't even know what happened to him. But, buddy, don't offer me that.
He wanted to make sure that you were paying attention to the league, you know?
Buddy, we're on top of this. Every week we're on top of this shit.
All right. We got some fantasy looks for the week. We have Pontus Aberg,
what a
3%
name.
owned. He got 6 points last week, and he's playing top line.
He is playing with
Getzlaf and Rickard Rakell. So
2 solid players, playmakers. Anaheim, their power play isn't great, is it? I believe he's playing on the top power play unit as well. I don't think...
he is not. He's playing second with Kessler, Nick Ritchie, Hampus Lindholm, and Andre Cassie.
Not bad. I think he'll do well playing with Getzlaf and Rickard Rakell. But Anaheim doesn't score a shit ton of goals. But he's been producing.
They had a good game yesterday against Washington. They made a nice comeback.
Down 5-1. I love to see that as a Pens fan. Love that.
Yeah, he had 6 points last week. He's definitely his right winger, I believe, in Yahoo.
I believe, yeah.
So it's definitely someone to look at if you're in need of some sort of scoring depth. Help you out for the week.
Also, if you need points right now and power play points, pick up Jonathan Huberdeau if he is available in your league because he right now is mint. Yeah, I doubt he will either, but whatever.
If anything, you trade for him.
Yeah, try and trade for him. He's good. He's not bad. He's playing with Barkov, 80-point guy, amazing. But anyways,
underrated guy as well.
Yeah, very underrated. But anyways, moving on. Nick Schmaltz, 14% owned, 4 points in 3 games that he played since being traded to Arizona.
He's helping out his teammates too. Even he's playing on line with Clayton Keller and Alex Galchenyuk.
That's the first line?
That's the top line. And
not bad.
And Keller recently has been playing really well. I know it because I have him in fantasy. So recently he's been doing pretty well. So he's definitely helping his team. I mean, he's a better centerman than Galchenyuk is. He's
more fit for the wing.
Exactly. I mean, it went through Montreal for years about this. So, he looks more comfortable on the wing. So you got to keep him on the wing. And Schmaltz is he's definitely someone that's helping Keller as a centerman. He knows his position a little better at center. So, it's definitely something to look for if he's available. Last one is the guy he was traded for, Dylan Strome. 9% owned. He had 3 points in 4 games playing in Chicago.
Kane.
Playing with DeBrincat and Kane. So
you can't get much better than that.
I
mean, obviously, if you're playing with Sydney, it's way better. But
you're getting a guy like Patrick Kane, who's a stellar winger.
Amazing.
And DeBrincat is having a hell of a year. So
I think he'll get 30 to 35 goals if he's consistent.
Yeah, if he playing with Kane, you can get points.
Look what he did with Panarin. Kane, I think Panarin is like one of the reasons why Kane had that big year when he had like 106 points or whatever it was. But also, Kane made Panarin a lot better too, right?
Exactly.
So if Strome finds chemistry with Kane, I think it'll be great for Chicago. Even with Taves being in that lineup still, He's getting older, but he can show Strome the ropes. I don't think in Arizona Strome had that.
No, he didn't.
Dude, I think Strome, if he continues to play with Kane, why can't he get 50 points, 60 points?
But yeah, it's a big if, but
a big if.
But yeah, he has an opportunity definitely to put up points, especially playing with Kane and DeBrincat, especially with the year that both those guys are having.
Fuck me. All right. Dude, I had a question for you. Well, I guess it wasn't really a question, it was a comparison. Mikko Rantanen or Mitch Marner? What do you think? I talk about this all the time with the guys, at work and stuff. Me personally, I prefer Rantanen. He's bigger, he's faster, he's stronger on the puck. He makes McKinnon better, but McKinnon also makes him better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Marner, he's good. Obviously, he's amazing. But now you bring Tavares in, and he's doing what he's doing, right? Before he wasn't doing that. Mind you, he played a little bit of fourth line last year because he was in a slump or whatever Babcock said. But I think Rantanen he's a top winger in the NHL this year and last year.
I've been kind of, giving Leaf fans a hard time this episode for sure. But, I honestly would take Marner over Rantanen. My opinion, last year Marner did what he did. He put up 69 points. He was playing the year with JVR and Tyler Bozak. They're good players, but they're not great players like Nathan McKinnon.
Yeah. Okay.
So, going back a couple years ago, now last year everyone knows Rantanen had his massive year.
84 points in 81 games.
The year before that, he had 75 games played with 38 points. Now, that was the year that they had Duchesne, McKinnon, and Landeskog all on the same line. They didn't have room for Rantanen on that top line, so he was playing second line, and he ended up with 38 points. So, I don't know. If you take Rantanen off the line he's on right now and put him with, the second line, is he still going to produce that same amount? He's a different player. I understand that, but I just feel like individually, I think Mitch Marner can do more. Obviously, adding Tavares is going to help his stats. He's already more than halfway to his stats from last year. Mm-hmm. But I feel like if you're looking individual stats, I feel like Marner is a more skilled player. Obviously, he's not a stronger guy on the puck and stuff, but he's more skilled. He's a smarter player, my opinion. Mm-hmm. And I just feel like individually, I think he's better than Rantanen.
That's fair. So you take Marner for sure, if you're drafting a team.
If I'm drafting a team,
Marner over Rantanen. They were in the same draft. Marner was, I believe, 4, and Rantanen was 10. And they did have Rantanen as the best European skater in that draft that year. So when the World Juniors were in Finland, when they had Laine, Aho, Puljujärvi, and he was their captain. He was a stud. And Marner and Canada got bounced, unfortunately, by Finland that 1 year. It never happened again. But, anyways.
So, that's why. I just think individually,
that's fair.
Yeah, both great players. They both can do what they have to do to get their team to win the game. Mm-hmm. Especially, getting a guy like Tavares really helps Marner. I just feel like, especially last year, he was playing with JVR and Bozak, and he was still putting up...
a little bit of Matt Martin in there, too.
Yeah, a little bit of Matt Martin, his best buddy, but I still think he was getting points. He really excelled. Even when Matthews went down, let's be honest. If Matthews didn't go down, he's leading the Leafs in scoring.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But, he did go down, so unfortunately you can't really say it. But again, Mitch Marner, he played the full 82 games last year, 69 points. He had 26 penalty minutes, so he's a big boy.
Yeah.
But yeah, for me, I would personally take Marner over Rantanen. But both really solid players. Mm-hmm. Going to be for a long time, so either or,
that fucking power play that the Leafs have, wow, amazing. Not better than Pittsburgh, but it's amazing.
I'm not going to comment on it.
Yeah, dude, when you have... Nobody thought Matthews could play that left side, because he's a left shot, left side. But, dude, that guy can shoot the puck like nobody's business. Wow. That's all I have to say about that power play. Do you think Morgan Rielly will get 80 points this year?
No.
Do you think he'll get 70?
I feel like he tops out at 60.
Yeah, okay. I agree.
Me personally, I think he'll
cool off a little bit. Mind you, he has, 30 points already?
Yeah.
So, 30 points in what? How many games are left? 60?
Yeah, there's about 60.
60 games?
They've played 27, so.
I think the most he'll get is 70, which is amazing.
I feel like he has an opportunity to get 70, again, you got to try to figure out if injuries are going to be a factor.
Yeah, of course. Like with anything.
I feel like if I'm taking a wild guess here, I'm going 60. Again, it's hard when you're a defender like that. It's hard to keep points up.
Yeah, of course, unless you're
throughout the entire
Karlsson and Brent Burns
or Thomas Chabot.
Yeah.
But it's tough, obviously. So that's all I gotta say about that.
All right, I think
episode 2 is all done. I guess
episode 2 is in the fucking books, boys. We'll be back next Monday.
Yeah.
We don't know what time. We just wing it. Whatever.
Whatever happens.
Yeah. Fuck it. This is Matt and Leo signing off. Peace.